For coming back in, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, sirree. Back out here again. What can I say, folks? Well, it's getting hot. The temperature's about 80, 85 degrees. Really sunny right now. Just a little bit of a breeze. You know, I'm sweating pretty good, so that's a pretty good guesstimate as to, yeah, it's pretty warm out here. Get these rods out and I'll go get that backup cell phone and we'll check that chat. That'll be good for a quick cast. I debated on whether or not to go up to the fairgrounds or not, but it's hard pressed to get an average of like 2-pound fish at Fairgrounds Park. Balance was just a little bit worse than that. That fish lake's filled with a lot of smaller fish, but I'm just really interested in keeping fishing down on this river right now. We're going to be fishing with 3 rods today. We're going to see if we can up our chances of catching a good one. I kind of don't want to mention to you guys what usually starts showing up around this time of the year. Water temperature the way it is. I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, I know, I thought I'd try a different camera angle today, show you guys the background and the shoreline behind us rather than in front of us. If that doesn't pan out, I can always switch it back around, no worries. Yeah, we're going to be casting a, let's see, on that one I got an 1/8 of an ounce, I get this one I got an ounce, and I've got a little 1/16 ounce, no, actually I think that's a 1/8 ounce jig head. Yeah, that's a 1/8 ounce jig head, so we're just going to be bouncing this one right around the bank. And this is my Ozark Trails rod. It ain't got a lot of life left in it, I'm afraid. It'll work for this situation. Alright, rods are out. We're just getting started, folks. Appreciate you coming back in, my friend. Welcome back to MBPFishing. Yes, sirree. Welcome back into our channel, folks. Appreciate it. All right, let's get our backup cell phone here and see how our angles are. Let's see how our angles are, folks. Still has to boot up. See how long it takes to fully turn on. This is a cheap burner phone, so it doesn't do great. It does the job. It goes on YouTube. Lets me see the chat pretty good. I think I need to be down just a little bit more. That bait would be right there. I don't usually do this camera angle. We're gonna find out. There we are. There we are finally, folks. Sorry about that. Had to get her kicked in there. How you doing, my friends? Appreciate you coming in today. And yep, our camera angles reversed. Duh. Well, that's why we got the backup cell phone, right, folks? Well, no, they're fine. It's just we're back. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we're off angle. You guys can barely even see me. Let's see. That ought to be okay. That ought to be okay now. And yep, right on the edge. Perfect. There we go, folks. It's in California, what's going on? California's first in. California says, get them right in the lip. Okay, I tried to, my friend. Let's see, Rod Wilson, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Rod Wilson says, how you doing, Mike? Doing okay. We're just getting started. It's hot today. Getting in the 80s right now. I'm getting a lot of crud going on my cell phone right now, so I gotta get it on. Wilson says, hey, Mike. Miss Giggy, third in chat today. Miss Giggy says, hi and welcome in, everyone. Yes, sirree, my friends. Welcome into MBP Fishing. Let's see, Danny, what's going on? And I do appreciate that, Danny. Thank you. Let's see, Danny says, hi, Miss Giggy. Let's see, Rod says, good afternoon, Miss Giggy. Let's see, Dirty 30, what's going on? How you doing? Danny says, hi, Red. Danny says, hi, Rod. Let's see, Gator, what's going on? How you doing, Gator? Gator says, hello, turds. Well, hello to you too, Gator. You asked for that one, Gator. Mickey says, Danny. Gator says, Danny doesn't make kissy faces at me anymore. Yeah, well, it's not what he does. It's just not when you're looking, Gator. Danny says, Cole. Gigi says, Gator, extra for you. Let's see, Danny's laughing his butt off. Let's see, Clippin, what's going on? How you doing, Clippin? Clippin says hi. Hey, Clippin, hoping you're having a great day, my friend. Yeah, you don't need to see me. We want to see the water in the rod. You can't see it now. You can see the daggone rods. Shit, dude. Stop complaining, Danny. See, Indiana, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Indiana says, good luck, Mike. Thank you, my friend. We're just getting started right now. I'd have been here, I'd have started about an hour and a half earlier, but there was 6 people sitting here. Seriously. I think people are watching my lives and they're figuring out where to fish. The only problem was they had massive weights cast them way out in the middle of the river, right? Watched them for an hour and a half, not one single nibble. Yep. Now over there in that little spot, I caught 2 little flathead about a pound and a half. They were yelling at me, don't throw them back, don't throw them back. It's my fish. fish if I want to. See, Russ, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? And Gator says LOL. Miss Giggy's laughing her butt off. Let's see, Dennis, what's going on? How you doing, Dennis? Dennis says, hi, everyone. Hope all are well. Let's see, Danny's laughing his butt off. Let's see, Gator says, I'm a little tipsy and feeling a little wild. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. Woohoo! Let's see, NJ Gar, what's going on? How you doing, NJ? NJ says, afternoon, Mike. Afternoon, NJ. We're just getting started out here. Got our first cast out here, just catching up with Jack. Let's see, Gator says, yeah, Danny, stop complaining. Yeah, definitely, Danny, stop complaining. Jeez, Danny. Danny says, I never complain. Actually, complaining about not complaining is actually complaining. Ow, my head. Don't think about that one too much, folks. It'll give you a brain. It'll hurt your brain. Let's see, Gator says, I'm Miss Gigi, just cutting loose today. Let's see, Miss Gigi's laughing her butt off. Yeah, I think about these jokes all night, folks. Yeah. Oh boy. Let's see, Bass Fishing, what's going on? How you doing, Bass Fishing? Bass Fishing laughing his butt off. Let's see, 61 people in, 23 thumbs up. That's just incredible, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Kenny says, hi, Bass. Danny says, I'm, Miss, Mike, just shush. Okay. La, 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 la. I'll just be quiet. La, 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 la. It ain't working, Danny. I think I had a little bit too much coffee this morning. Just an extra 6 or 7 cups there will do that to you, folks. Yeah, I'm just kind of so happy I got to fish this spot. I don't care if I catch anything now. I'm just so glad to be over here. I had to wait an hour and a half to fish this spot. There were literally, like, I believe there was 5 people down here with like 12 fishing rods scattered up and down the shoreline. Not one single nibble. Nothing. Zip, zilch, snit, no, nada, nothing. Not even a friggin', nope. Well, there's a fish just hit the surface out there. I saw that. Yeah, it might need a little bit more weight on out here. I think I'm not going to have a little bit of trouble moving. We're going to find out, though. I still got the sniffles. My throat still feels like butt cheeks. Don't ask me how I know how. Well, I've got butt cheeks and how I feel. Man, something tore that worm off up out there. Look at that. There's a big old night crawler on there, and there's not much of it left. Guess I should have been watching him rod, shouldn't I? You guys are enjoying the show, my friends. We should be able to catch something out here, hopefully. I might have to put a bigger weight on there. And I put a smaller weight because I was fishing down in these rocks. Because it was the only spot I could get between two massive tree rods. You know, the ones that are like 1.5 feet thick? Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it if you fish that in the dang old ocean. Jeez, dude. Those rods were they were as thick as my dang old neck. Fish. It's on, I think. No, I've got a whole bunch of friggin' line. Sheesh. Yeah, this is why I don't like people fishing these spots. Look at this crap. Oh, man. Look at this. Well, that counts as a fish, folks. This is someone's line they broke off. That counts as fish. I ain't making this crap up, folks. I thought there were fish on there. I gotta show you this, guys. I gotta cut this line off these fish. Wow, that's a first for me, folks. Someone probably broke their line off down here, and there were either fish on it or something or other. Yeah, these guys are all tangled up. I'm gonna have to get something to cut these things off with. Oh, wait. Hang on, buddies. Let me help you out here. I'm gonna cut this stuff right here. Man, it's heavy ass. That's that line, so I gotta get this out of here first. And it's gonna take forever. Tell you what, I better deal with these fish first. Let the guy. Yeah, that's a first for MBP fishing, catching someone else's fish, but it's still considered a catch because they lost them. Yeah, that's a nice little shovel-nose sturgeon. That counts as fish, folks. Catching someone else's line that they broke off that have fish on them still counts as a fish. Okay, buddy? Buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ow, 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 ow. This sucker's got treble hooks on it. Whew. Yeah, stinkers. Yeah, that one's got treble hooks on it. And this is the other fish. That's a nice little, like, pound and a quarter freshwater drum. Beautiful guy. Yeah. If you can't catch him, let someone else catch him, right, folks? Ah, come on, buddy. Let me get that hook out of you. Get back in this water. There we go. Hook's out. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't do it. See you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Appreciated. Oh, boy. That's a first for MBP fishing, catching someone else's friggin' fish. Look at the size of that weight. That's probably... How big is that? 9 ounces. Holy crap. I ain't taking that all with me. That's freaking heavy. Now I gotta start working on this one. Hang on, that one's having a little bit of trouble. He's been on that line for a little bit, so let me get it. Switch off here, buddy. Come on, wake up, wake up. There you go. There you go. Come on, wake up. There you go. Go get him. Go get him. There you go. Bye-bye. Yeah, he's probably been on that line for friggin' 4 or 5 hours. Well, still counts as fish, folks. Fish is a fish is a fish. I was only curious to see how snag I was, and I wasn't snag. You know, let me get back to that chat, folks. I got fish is tearing my worms off out here. Like, oh, you little stinker, man. Now it's just doubling it. It still counts 2 fish. That's 2 catches. 2 catches, 1 line, and it wasn't even my line. I mean, I've got like 3 3/8 of an ounce on this one, and I'm holding perfectly. You don't need 8 ounces of weight. Seriously. That's like overkill times 10. Right already. Someone's pecking on it already out there. That's an interesting smell. Got plenty of worms in here. Just little stinkers are hiding on me. Man, every one of them days. I still ain't got to this other rod yet, but I'm gonna get to you guys in chat before I do. And I got some big old night crawlers today. Hopefully we can get some. This is the time of year, I'll talk to you about it, folks. This is the time of the year where I often see some big flathead moving into the shallows. Because this is when they're just starting to think about, you know, bedding and everything, so they can move up in here and grab themselves a big old like pound or two drum, 4 or 5 pound grass carp. You know, those 15, 20 pound flathead can easily eat a 4 or 5 pound grass carp. No problem. Sticky says, yeah, bass fishing says doing good. Hope everyone is. See, bass fishing says LA. See, Ed, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Ed says hi. Ken, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Ken with the thumbs up. Appreciate that, my friend. Gator says, BRB need the burrito. And Danny with the pink poo emojis. Gator with the pink poo emojis. You know, you guys are pink poo emoji crazy. You guys need to get help. You need to get off them pink poo emojis. Let's see, Sean, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Sean says, hey there, Mike. Any fish? I actually did catch 2 fish, but I caught them on someone else's line that was snagged. So there was a pound sturgeon on there, and there was also a 2 pound freshwater drum. Because when I got down here, there was like 5 people scattered with 10 rods, and I got my lines tangled on. I still got to cut that stuff off my line. So just fish on. See, Princess, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Thank you. Princess says, I hope all is well, everyone in chat. I hope you're having an amazing day. See, Sean says, fish on. Let's see, Miss Jiggy says, Princess. And Care Bear, what's going on? How you doing, Care Bear? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you. Care Bear says, nice. Care Bear says, hi, Cheer. Let's see, Care Bear says, I came in the perfect time. Yeah, that's a new one for me, folks. I never actually caught someone's line that was broke off, that had fish on it. More than 1 fish on it, by the way. There were 2 fish on that line. Now, I've caught catfish with like bobbers on it and stuff, but there were 2 fish on that one line. I love when that happens. Crazy. It says nice. See, Kevin, what's going on? How you doing, Kevin? Kevin says hi. Danny says hi, Edwin. See, Danny says hi, Kevin. Let's see, Max, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Max says hello. Danny says hi, Max. Danny says hi, Vita. Yes, sir, Vita, what's going on? Vita also says hello. Thank you for coming in, my friends. Ed says hi again. Danny says hi, Edwin. Edwin says hello, Mike. How are you doing? Better. Throat's still pretty. Yeah, but we're making do. Let's see, Danny with more pink poo emojis. Lovely. I'm gonna have to block that pink poo emoji. And see, Real says, how's it going? How you doing, Real? Yeah, we've caught 2 fish that were snagged on someone else's line that they broke off out here. Sturgeon in a freshwater drum. Let's see, Megan, what's going on? No, Megan. This is about 10 to 15 feet of water. There are undertows down here that even the barges have difficulties coming up and down this river. So, nope. Now, when the water gets low, but not in this river. Let's see, Robbie, what's going on? How you doing, Robbie? Robbie says hi. Says MVP. Tit for tat. I guess I could jump in real quick and get out. I mean, I can grab a log over there for you know, ballast, but not for. That would be a heck of a lot of trouble down in this spot right now. We're just a little bit too high. Now, there is a little back cove over here to the right, but I'm not even going to bother with that. See, it says, have a great day, Mike. God bless you, be safe. You too, my friend. I hope you have an awesome day. Let's see, 101 people in. Incredible, my friends. And 41 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just checking through my stuff here. All right. Looking good. Let's see, Robbie says, you still, no, I don't. That cleared up. And that was one of the first things. That's definitely one of the things that'll keep you off the water, or at least off the live streams, because you don't want to have that problem. Yeah, this was not our line, folks. This was somebody else's. It's going to take me a heck of a minute to get this crap off. Yeah, it's got to be 200-pound test. I've seen people catch sharks with lighter line. Sheesh, dude. Yeah, it'd be easier just to snap it and retie it. Yeah, that's got to come home with us. That's just way too much to be leaving down here. Got to come home with us. Put a rock on that so that doesn't go away. I saw that biting on that one. And I'm missing bites right now, folks. I'm kind of preoccupied. Plus, I still haven't gotten any bait from water. That usually helps quite a bit, just feeding these little stinkers. Get a little corn in the water, a few worms here and there. Get them feeding. There could be 50 fish up and down the shoreline, and if they ain't feeding, you can sit here all day and night and not get a bite. All right, let's get our corn. Where is it? What the heck? Oh, it's in my bag. It's in my bag. Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna toss a little bait in the water here. Hopefully get these fish feeding. I want to draw these stinkers in too. I don't want them out there deeper. So throw this stuff in shallow, and a lot of it's gonna float out deep no matter what you do. All right, I think that'll do. Scatter some of that around. guys. This might be too much weight on this one again. I'll probably switch this weight. This is like too much weight on this one. I don't need an ounce of weight over here. Where's my bag and box? Let's see. Here we go. It's interesting, I'm not getting any bites today. I'm kind of worried those guys spooked this spot. Of course, every time I come in, most of my bait's gone, so that's telling me something's going on out there. Every time I come in, the majority of my bait's gone. Big old barred. Yeah, I'm going to switch this weight up to a smaller one on. I don't need that big of a weight. Over out there. Pretty easy to redo these weights too, by the way. It's pretty simple. Just break off your leader, put on your new weight. I think I'll put on a quarter rather than a half. That'll cut the weight down quite a bit. These fish get kind of, you notice how those two fish were stuck on that broken line out there. I have another instinct they develop down here. They feel that weight and they know there's something wrong. I'm on nasally today. I don't know why. Still getting over that cold, I guess. It's okay. I'll put one more worm on there before I get it back out there. Yeah, this one's getting a few smaller worms. I'm hoping that the flathead are moving into the rocks over here to the right. Now out there deeper, we've got like buffalo and common carp and grass carp, drum, those other species, and they're going to be getting smaller. Hopefully that works out. Get this one back out here too. I need some bait on her. Sorry about neglecting you guys for a minute. That was a difficult catch. It was not, getting the fish in. It was getting them off of there and getting them back into the water because they were wrapped up in line, and then my line was wrapped up in that line. And, yeah, a little tricky to say the least. It's a beautiful day, folks. It's about 80 out here, give or take. I woke up this morning and I walked out of the house without my shirt, without my jacket on at 6 a.m. That's pretty daggone warm. The pops, come on! I saw him hit it. Middle rod. That went pop. Yeah, I couldn't even see that bite with that heavy weight on there. He would not even pull it enough to tell it was a bite. Let's get to that chat. What's going on? Yeah, I missed you guys. Have a great day. Let's see, Robbie says, and let's see, Megan, what's going on? How you doing? Megan says, truth or dare? I don't play those kinds of games, my friend. 58 years old. I stopped playing truth or dare when I was in my 30s. Robbie says, you sure get to a lot of, even when you're coming to Cindy's chat. Let's see, Danny says, Robbie, if it isn't Mike, it's me. Mike his account. I'm in the majority of time. I pop around a lot of live feeds. See, Spawn, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Spawn says hello, MVP. Hi. How you doing, my friend? Then he says like Fargo. Let's see, Robbie says, and who is one Mike's? Well, I'm Mike. That's Danny. Yeah, Danny and Mike. Danny, never mind. Give me a headache. See with Shot, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Shot says hi. Danny says, Danny the Stinger Manny. Yeah, I have access to Danny's account too. I can go right onto his live. I check this out, folks. I can go right. No, I can't do it on this one. I have to do it from my other cell phone. Never mind. I forgot this one's just signed up for my main and backup account. Train, folks, earbuds out. Volume's down. Pizza Barca, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Just wait a minute for the train to go by. I'll get a little closer to you guys so you can hear me. See Tabarka, what's going on? How you doing, Tabarka? Tabarka says hi. See, Robbie says, it's a good dude. Danny says, hi, Tabarka. Long time no see. Danny says, he is indeed, Robbie. Danny says, I supported Mike very often. Yes, sir, he's a big supporter of the channel, Danny. I would be doing a lot of these live streams if it wasn't for his help. See, Robbie says, I can't just, no more on, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. See, it still has a, 54,000. Dang, dude. The most expensive thing I own is my scooter. It costs about $100. Sticker. It's popping pretty good. Yeah, I'm on a fixed income now. Social Security disability. I don't get a whole lot. I only get enough to pay rent and my utilities. I usually have to put together enough to pay for my cell phone, to be honest. I think I do pretty good with what 3 old fishing rods I put together from scraps and their parts. That one was getting a peck bite out there, but he's letting go. I think just keep off the end of those worms out there. It's frustrating. I'm getting bites right now, folks. They're nipping off the majority of the bait without even seeing them bite. That last one, I saw him just pop it once. A lot of bait was gone. This could be sturgeon, they could be stripers, they could be buffalo, they could be anything. One way to find out is to get the hook into them. Bring them in. Bite on that one. I saw him pop. Man, how did I miss that bite? That's how light they're hitting it. They're barely even nipping the jig head down here by the bank. Might have to wait a little bit for these guys to cool down after being fished for so heavily. This is just drift fishing, folks. This is one of my really unique techniques I use for flathead this time of the year. That jig head with that gob at night cards is just bouncing down there, right? And it really looks like something kind of like, man, I can see him popping out of this. I think I know what they're doing. I figured it out now. I figured it out. They're waiting for that line to go slack and then they hit it. All I really have to do is just make sure that line doesn't go super slack. Another massive bark coming up the river, folks. Man, they have been really pumping out bark traffic recently. That's like at least 10 barges I've seen go by today. Good. Chaser, what's going on? How you doing, Chaser? Chaser's like Chaser. See, Louisiana. Louisiana says hi. How you doing, Louisiana? Hard to even recognize that was a bite. Let's stabilize. Okay. Good. Danny says, Mike is me, LOL. See, Louisiana says thanks. Oh, come on. I should have had that fish. He's pulling on it good. Why the heck did I miss that fish? These guys are spooky right now, folks. They've been fished for recently, so. That was getting more active. He was pulling on it pretty good. Right back in the same spot. What was I like? Right. Pretty much. Been a couple of inches. Line totally slack on this one. That line stabilized. I'm having a little trick holding right now. They're spooky enough with these lightweights. I don't want to put anything heavier on right now. DJ, what's going on? How you doing, DJ? DJ says hi, MVP. Robbie says, I'm on the San Juan River in Florida. Awesome, my friend. This is the Mississippi River. I'm a big supporter of love your videos. I appreciate that, Louisiana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If Danny's around, let me check to see if it. He usually does that. He'll go in and check to see if you're okay to give out a rent if you need one, buddy. Let's see what's going on. How you doing, my friend? Let's just hit that like button, people. See, Danny says I left. Louis says, do you live there? No, I live up in St. Louis. This is just one of my favorite spots to fish. You got massive amount of shorelines up and down this river. You can get away from the hustle and bustle of the city. See, Robbie says, yeah, I'm fully disabled. Says MVP. Yeah, they expect me to work a little bit because, you know, over the years that schizophrenia, it's kind of stabilized with the medications. So they expect me to work, and the problem is the medications mess with my short-term memory. So I got fired from McDonald's like 10 years ago, seriously, because I was taking out the trash and I wandered over across the street to get something to eat, and I like an hour later up you're fired. It wasn't my intention. It happens sometimes with those medications. Yeah, I also have blind and deaf on this side. I was accosted pretty badly a few years back. I'm blind and deaf on this side, so yeah, that's why I've got the double lenses on this side, because that side's useless. I can see a little light, but it's not anything to talk about. I hear you, buddy. It's It's tough getting old, right, folks? See, Chris, what's going on? How you doing, Chris? See, I would get your waders on. I'm not getting my waders on in this river. You're like 3 steps out there and you're going down over your head. I'm watching them pretty good. All I have to do is give a couple good pulls, and a lot of times these fish too, they are really sensitive to holding the rod. They really are. Hi, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? I'm with the fishy emoji. Let's see, Chris says 103 people in and 60 likes. We can do much better, my friend. Robbie says, yes, we are, friends. Chris says, Danny is Mr. President. Rod says, glad to meet you, Danny. Chris says, like and subscribe and share. Robbie says, gotcha. Chris says, stop jumping from accounts, Danny. Danny says, no, Chris. Man says, ha. Mesquite says, Chris. Chris says, Robbie, I still got 55 others. Chris says, Mesquite. Yeah, they probably got the bait off of these guys already. I've seen that one get popped 2 or 3 times, and that one get popped. I'm trying to catch up with you guys in chat right now. Yeah, D, what's going on? How you doing, D? Coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Netherlands. Yeah, Cindy, what's going on? How you doing, Cindy? Cindy. Bambi, what's going on? How you doing today, my friend? See, Bambi says hi. And he says, Robert, post some content. And he says, by Bambi. See, NJ, what's going on? How you doing, NJ? NJ says, what kind of fish are you fishing for? I would sure like to get a flathead catfish today, but I'll be more than happy with some freshwater drum, buffalo, common carp, channel. There's a lot of different species in this river. We're using worms, so a lot of different fish can hit. See, Bambi says, hi, MVP. Robbie. See, Marty, what's going on? How you doing, Marty? Marty says hi. See, Danny says, I'm tuning this Saturday. And he says, hi, Marty. See, MJ Johnson, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? See, what white bass? Deer? There are white bass down here, and there are stripers. Now, I usually don't get them in high water. I usually get them when the water's low. I'll start getting those like 8 and 10 pound stripers and those, you know, those nice size white bass. Says hi, MJ. MJ says Bambi. MJ says good luck. MJ says hi. MJ says use some chicken liver. Yeah, it's hard to get chicken liver around here. Actually, it is. It's the closest store is Safeway. Snooks is 3 buses away in the city. They shut all the Snooks down. They shut all the Walgreens down. Yeah. So the closest Save-A-Lot is. There's a fish on. Got him. He was sitting there with it. I think I got a hook into that one. Come on, buddy. Stay pinned. Come on, buddy. Stay pinned. That's a nice first fish. Yeah, he's been sitting out there just chewing on it for. That's a 2 or 3 pounder. That's a big freshwater drum, buddy. Come here. Now, this ain't that heavy a line. We got him. Yeah, that's our first official fish. Now we caught 2 fish that were on someone else's line that was snagged. We got that off. But that's our first official fish. That's about twice the size of the one that was snagged. There was also a sturgeon snagged on that line, so this is technically my 3rd catch. Buddy. Ah, that's a nice freshwater drum, folks. Let's see where the camera angles here. Right about here. All right, gorgeous fish, folks. Yeah, we're gonna count this as number 3 because I saved those 2 fish. Yeah, they would never have made it on that line like that. Beautiful first fish, folks, that I actually caught. Now, you know, technically I had help with the other ones. I've got these barbs pinched down, so all I have to do is find where that hook is, push back, and that hook will usually pop right out. Sometimes I got to do it once or twice. There it goes. See? Yeah, I got those barbs pinched down, so they come out very, very easily. Hey, buddy. Want to go home? All right, buddy. See you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Tell you what, let me get this rod back out. I'll get to that chat, okay? There's my crawler. Yeah, that fish just ate that bait and sat there with it for quite a while. Just sat there. I think what happens with those drums is they've got crushers in their throat, right? So they get that down in their crushers, and their instinct is to crush the hook. So they just keep kind of chewing on it like you would a jawbreaker. Look out, it's Montreux! It's like, let's get it. Got him. Come on, folks. Yeah, that's a little guy, but we'll take him. Take him, folks. All right, number 4. Yeah, that's just a little thinker, but hey, a fish is a fish. A fish is a should be freaking bait, but I'm not gonna do it. I got plenty of long. Come here, buddy. Open your mouth. Ah. Okay. All right. Got buck all over my hands. There you go, folks. Yeah, that's probably bait, but what the heck? Like I said, we got worms. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I got both rods to get back out. That will quickly and get a nice, like, quarter-size gobble. Recast. Quarter bow. It'll do. Right back out to, I'll just pop the thing around there. Ah, stupid. It was half. It was half on, half off. I left it there for a minute. That's good. rods are back out, folks. I haven't checked this yet. This is just my little shallow one. I'm hoping there's big flathead or something down here. Kind of around these edges. Technically, I should be just casting and recasting this one, just bouncing it up and down the current. But it's kind of tricky when you're trying to man cat. More out. I mean, cast that far. Man. Alright, well, Roger back out. Check that chat. What's going on, and we're getting some shade. I can see this chat better. Nice, yep. 2 drum and a 1, yep, 3 drum and 1 shovel nose turn. You got it, Danny. See 64 people in and 71 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you. It's okay right now. Come on, guys. We are still like barely on camera angle. Jeez, dude. I'm gonna move that just a smidgen more. Either that or I'm backing up a little bit. Very possible. And there we go. You can see me again. Woohoo! It is beautiful down here, folks. Kind of the waves broken on the rocks. A little bit of a breeze, it's not too bad. Kind of calmed down today. The really first warm, hot day we have, and the wind's kind of slowing down. Now when it's in the 60s, it's blowing 15, 20 miles per hour. Yeah, it's been like that this year as far as the weather's been concerned. It's been some very unusual weather down in St. Louis this year. Just 3 days ago, we were near freezing, and now we're near 90. This looks pretty good right now, folks. Setter and chat here. Angle. Not bad. It's not my best camera angle per se, but it's okay. To get the rods fully in, I'd have to move you guys back here. I guess I could do that. I could kind of experiment with it. I'd have to pull the camera down a bit. Like looking up towards the bridge. This big old shoreline, the Mississippi River behind us over here. See 40 people still in and 73 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think we're good for chat for a few minutes. It's holding out there fine. None. Not really producing all that much today. Good cast, Michael. these rod tips back as far as I can, so hopefully you can see the tips. Good, but I don't know. Well, I don't do this camera angle much. I know it shows this cove a little bit more than you guys get to see. You guys don't get to see much of that cove. Not unless the water's super high, and then I'm back here in trees. Water seems to have stabilized, actually, as far as the water level is concerned. Doesn't seem to have gone up or gone down at all. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Yikes, man. Yikes. Don't do that one. It's too fragile to be doing that. You bait cast would tear up like a contest. You just gotta constantly keep a offside on that line. Make sure she doesn't backlash at all. Maybe I should cast a little bit further over. Man, it's kind of tricky. There might be some fish over here to the right, but get snaggy over here. Wait, I see you. Oh, come on. Popping on it there for a minute. This thing just keeps getting stuck on that. These fish aren't gonna eat through rotten leaves. Again, I saw that off the corner of my eye. I wonder where I put my sword. My phone is getting my super cord. Yeah, I'm just getting over a cold, folks, so hot soda. If I knew it was going to get this hot, I would have bought some ice. It's a beautiful day out here, folks. It really is. See, 59 people still in. Awesome, folks. 74 thumbs up. Good for chat, folks. Why that thing looks like that? Come on, hit it. The line goes slack. This one line goes slack again. Find a way. Jesus. What? very lightly wobbling on it. What the heck that was? Wasn't spinning at all. Barely missing it. Stabilized today. Keep putting it back on my line for me. Take it off. Here we are, folks. 81 people in, awesome, folks. 74 thumbs up. Really, really do appreciate it. Sure hope you're enjoying the show. Slacking. Look at that sucker. Can't keep that sucker from going slack. I think our bait's stabilized. Got this one rod in here. I know that's where those flathead are. Just getting them to hit down here. And I usually use like light gear when I'm doing that when they're in the shallow. Like I've landed like 50-pound flathead on 8 contests. Easily do it when you hook them in the shallows. You've got a lot of distance on this. Even on this smaller reel, it's got like 50 yards of line. It takes a while to land them, but you can land them. Actually, I believe that one's 6. These two are the ones that have 8 on it. That's pretty good. MD, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? MD says hi. How you doing, MD? Yeah, everything. Looking pretty good right now. I think these guys are soaking in the right places. move her over a little. That might be what's going on here. I thought that, like yesterday, there was stations here. Got him. That's on my light stuff. Oh, buddy. Whoa. Yeah, that's on my light 6-pound test. We got nice freshwater trout. Yeah, that's on light stuff, folks. Yeah, go about 2 pounds. Pound and 3/4. Well, yeah, that's a real thick one again. Super fat. Well, folks, that's our 4th of the day. So we've caught 4 freshwater drum and a small sturgeon so far. Gotta love doing this, folks. Yeah, this angle is like icky, yucky, sucky, Michael. Why did I choose this angle? Sheesh. I don't know. I'm stuck with it now. That's about 2 pounds. And she's a fat one. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was on my light stuff, so that was right by the friggin' bank. Yes. Wormies. Yeah, I think these guys just got spooked by all the 8-ounce weights, 8 and 9-ounce weights slamming over the top of their heads all morning. I mean, think about it. Someone slamming an 8-ounce weight over your head, it spooked you, right? Spooked the heck fire out of me. I wouldn't want to eat nothing. Serious, I think about never eating again. It's on there. Oh, he spit it. He spit it. Right. I picked it up and felt. I just felt him. Just like if you had like a large mouth on a soft plastic. Oh boy. That's another one that just sat there and ate it and just refused to move, man. Just all I have to do is move that rod once and I can see that heck bite. Good. Where was that cast? That was cast over to the right of it. Not a fish, I was just stuck. Just stuck on something. check that cat. What's going on? Go. Yep, thank you, Danny. I appreciate it, my friend. Hey, Maria, what's going on? How you doing, Maria? Maria, I believe, says she's from Brazil. This is St. Louis, Missouri. This is the United States, the mighty, muddy Mississippi River. Yep, this is a massive river. It runs intercontinental. All the way through, straight through the United States, splits it in two, and keeps going up into Canada. Let's see, 56 people in. Let's see, 80 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, folks, like, subscribe, share us out. Helps out the channel so much. Only takes a second. Another one has a bigger weight on it. It ain't good. Weird. Gosto de Nexo Brazil. I did take Spanish in class, so I know how to use my tongue for speaking in that, but I don't remember much of it. I think we're gonna let these soak for a minute. I'm sure these guys are doing okay. I think we're gonna let them sit for a minute. Try a cast. Should be starting to get to the evening run of these guys. Little weights on the bottom and they're not full. you guys for a minute. Get off my legs for a minute. Well, I missed a lot of chat there quickly, didn't I? Let's see, PA, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Yep, I got another sturgeon. It was actually snagged on someone else's line along with a freshwater drum. I caught the line, got the fish off. I got both fish off of that line and let both fish go. But I believe that still counts as a catch. Yes, sirree, I do believe that still counts as a catch. Man, that was what was wrong. We were on a skewed angle there, weren't we? Let's see, Alan, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Alan says hi. PA says hi. And he says hi, Alan. PA says, yeah, that was definitely a cool one. Yeah, apparently someone broke off about 30 yards of 100-pound test with like 6 hooks on it, and there were 2 fish on that line. So I got the fishies off of it and let them go. I've got 1 fish on someone else's line. I've never caught 2. Yep, I saved 2 fishies. We've also caught, I believe, 3 more freshwater drum. 1, 2, 3. It's 3 or 4 freshwater drums. I have 4 freshwater drum and a sturgeon so far. Yep, 5. Okay, we've got 5 so far. And I've had 2 or 3 of them online where they're just sitting there, just did not move that line, and I pick up the line, I can feel them pulling. Just sitting there with it, they ain't moving. All right, 34 people in, 86 thumbs up. Incredible, my friend. Thank you. All right, I think that's enough off my feet. Sometimes I need to get off my feet. I'm getting old, folks. Yeah, I've done that a couple times where I've lifted it up and I started feeling, if you've ever bass fished and you've had like a fish on a soft plastic doing this, pulling back, that's what they were doing out there. They were just sitting there with the bait, they'd eaten it, they weren't moving. They get sneaky on your fish. I saw that. Wasn't me, I'm nowhere near that rod. I debated upon whether or not to go up to fairgrounds today. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I get up there early and I can get out there fishing before the crowds come in for the beginning of the weekend rush. guys seem like they've been drained. Suckers big time. I'm going to put a hole in it. Usually I only put a part of a pressure worm on here, but I got plenty of worms left. One of my big old night crawlers on. And don't that look yummy? Man, if I was a fish, I probably wouldn't eat it, but still. I'm sorry, folks, I admit it. If I was a fish, I probably wouldn't eat that. If I got pretty daggone hungry, I'd eat daggone near anything, but that's just between you and me, folks. This one's kind of tough to get bites on because you keep getting crud on it in the shower. Good, folks. He says, I just got back from fishing. I caught a few brooks and brown trout. Awesome, my friend. Sounds like a good day to me. I haven't caught a brown trout in a couple of years. And I'm not sure about those stockers. They might mix some brooks in there with them. It's hard to tell sometimes. But I definitely haven't caught any brown trout in like, about 2.5 years. Yeah, they stocked O'Fallon with browns about 2.5 years ago. And I caught some nice, like 2.5 pound. They didn't stock any over about maybe 3 pounds. Gorgeous. They were mostly females. They were those silvers with the brown spots on them rather than like the big old hooked males. Seven people in and 90 thumbs up. Incredible, my friends. We're getting near the 100 barrier. We're getting near 100, folks. I always feel better when I've broken 100 likes. I only do it about half the time. Oh. Let's see, we're stocked little guys about 12 inches. Yeah, well, they're fun to catch. A lot more aggressive than rainbows. I mean, you can get them on artificials much easier. Rainbows, you really got to slow it down and just like almost entice them to hit. Look at that line, it's like super swacky. That is what's going on. My line is just like, I'm wide on that one. I saw him popping it. Can't keep my lines tight over here on this right side. Today, way close to them rocks. Yep, I'm on them. Ooh, bounced them. That's not good. That wasn't good, Mike. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring these baits in a little closer right now. Hoping with the idea that maybe these fish are coming in shallower for the evening. Sounds like an interesting idea. We're going to bring these baits in shallower. Not nearly as far out. About 10 feet instead of 15. Same thing with this one. We're going to bring this in closer. These things make a racket down here, man, when they're on the rock. I'm gonna let those soak for a minute. I'm just gonna let those soak for a minute, folks. Let's see, PA says they just stocked, little guy. Let's see, Mahad with the fishy emojis. Appreciate you staying in, my friend. Let's see, PA says you're due for a catfish. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there were like 5 people fishing down here when I got here. So I didn't start the stream for about an hour and a half. I wanted to fish this spot. So I fished that rock wall down there. I caught a flathead about 1.5 pounds. Like you said, he wasn't a big one. He was like one of those ones that still had the dark black tail on him. He hadn't changed colorations yet. But that's showing me that there's definitely going to be some nice flatties down here in the very near future. If not today. I'm very surprised I haven't hooked one in the shallows. I usually do on my lighter gear right by the bank. When I put like a big gob of night crawlers on with that little swivel, that like ball pulsating and spinning around in circles. It's hard for like a 10 or 15 pound flathead to resist. It's in his head. It won't go away. Get out of my, all right, I'm gonna eat you. Arr. Type attitude. Yeah, flathead are the apex predators in this river. For sure. Let's see, Maha with the emojis. Mod says, okay. See, Chris says, almost at 100 likes. Let's go. CPA says, yep. And Mod with the, I'm not even sure what kind of emoji that is, but it's an emoji, nevertheless. Yep, 57 people in and 93 thumbs up. That's just incredible, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, my throat's still from this stupid bug I had. I was having enough for a name brand soda. I had to buy a Fanta, whatever, F-A-N-T-A. It was fine when it was warm, cold, but now it's like, bleh. When it got hot, it's like, what is wrong with that soda? I taste funny there. I tell you, there's something in the soda there that tastes a little funny. My grandmother on my mother's side was from Louisiana, so I actually do have a Louisiana accent. It's just my mother kind of beat it out of me as a child. She really had to work hard to get rid of hers because she thought it stuck her out and made her uncomfortable. So every once in a while it'll pop out on its own. PA, sit in the water. It might help keep it cool. No, thank you. Yeah, I would rather not put something in the water and this stuff that's going in my mouth without, boiling it at least first. You do know right upriver about 10 miles is where they dump the poop. Poop and the pee and all the other. Yeah, I know what you meant. Like I said, I would rather not put something in the water that is going to be going in my mouth. Unless you bring some alcohol swabs down here, I suppose that I can disinfect the mouth spot every time we want to take a drink. Yeah, let's see, the Mississippi down here, they get their water supply from the river about 5 miles upriver, and then about 10 miles upriver, that's where they dump after they cleaned it and treated it and all that other stuff first, but still, it's the same aspect. It's going in one end and coming back out the other, and then going back in the other. Ew. And you wonder why I like drinking soda in St. Louis. Yeah, they got gigantic settling tanks down there. Well, they'll take the river water out and put in these gigantic tanks and just let all that yucky stuff settle it before they start treating it. It's an interesting process. I suppose it works. It must work. I mean, okay, I've gotten 4 drum and a sturgeon so far. Not great, but there was like 5 people down here when I got down here, so they're a little, this spot's getting hit pretty good right now. Watch where I'm walking. Well, so much for going in close. And that's what I didn't want to do. Bring it to the rock on the way in. Come on, go luckily. Back out. My kind of idea that they would be moving in here into the shallows as the day goes on. But at the same time, this water still is pretty freaking cold, so it's very possible that they're just like, I saw that. Pick, pick, come on. Pick, pick. Got it, folks. What we got? We got a nice drum. Nice freshwater drum. That's our 5th of the day, folks. Like that night crawler, didn't you, buddy? I dug them not for you. I dug them for some big old catfish, but you guys were eating them. I don't know. At least I'm feeding the fish, right, folks? Number 5, folks. my freshwater drum and a sturgeon. Gorgeous guy. That'd probably be my best thumbnail right there. Either that or when I had both of those fish on that line. That's getting me here close for you guys to check out. Haven't caught one in a plug minute, so here we go, folks. Silvers and chromes, just a absolutely beautiful fish. I love drum, I do, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And that wasn't close. I mean, that wasn't very far out at all, so I don't know, maybe that plausibility was correct. He kept going, ping, 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 ping. As I asked her, ping, ping, ah, gotcha. Gotcha, buddy. That's what you get for playing with food. Was in like, ooh, right about there. It wasn't very far out. Well, it got really beautiful down here, folks. The wind died down quite a bit. Temperature dropped just a tiny, tiny bit. See that leaf? That leaf was trying to get me. He got right in my face. Every once in a while I gotta lift that up to see if there's a fish sitting on there with it. These guys are hitting so light that half the time I don't even see a bite. Back to that chat. What's going on still? Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. You guys are having an awesome Thursday. TP says, I love catching drum. Me too, my friend. One of the few species down here that will hit 365 days a year. There's probably some spots where they're stacked up down by you. There's probably like one spot, and then there's like a lot of scattered around, and there's another spot down there. It's the same down here. It's like there's tens of thousands in this one spot, and then between the next spot there might be 10,000, and then down there, this river is full of freshwater drum. That's why I'm not really worried about giving away a few to people. My uncle and I, we used to keep these our limit during the winter time to help feed our families, and we did it all winter long. We would have the old potato sacks out here, right? And we'd fill up them potato sacks with like 3 and 4 pound freshwater drum. CPA says, I'm thinking about going down to the river now. I want to go catch some drum. Well, good luck, my friend. Go catch them. Go catch them all. Here comes the train, folks. Earbuds out and volumes down. 50 people in, and see a 98 thumbs up. That's just incredible, my friends. Just a couple more likes before we make 100. See, Rude, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? Rude, hey, Rude. Hey, Rude. Rude says MVP. How you doing today, my friend? Let's see, Pierre Coops, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? Pierre Coops says hi. Rude says 99. Awesome, my friend. Let's see, PA says Rude, yo. Rude says taking a break. Always a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Let's see, Pierce says Rude. Chris says Pierre. Rude says PA. Yeah, if you guys are just coming in, we've caught 5 freshwater drum and a sturgeon. And one of those catches was a double catch on someone else's line that they had apparently broken off. Yeah, there was a small sturgeon and a like 2-pound drum on that broken line. I caught the line. I let both of the fishies go. It's still a catch. It was someone else's catch, but I caught it, so it's still a catch. See, Paka, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Paka says, any luck? We've caught 5 freshwater drum and a small shovel-nosed sturgeon so far today. Let's see, PA says, Chris, yo. Yeah, on a broken line, there was like 3 hooks on that rig, and 2 of them had fish on them. I still have to cut the hooks off that line. Yeah, that's like 100-pound test. What has happened was someone probably got that snagged, right? It was on like an 8-ounce weight. I mean, that weight was the size of a friggin' baseball. And they couldn't break the line, so they just cut the line. And I wind up, well, the fish probably pulled the bait off the rocks, those 2, and I wind up hooking the line, so. It's just Paka. Paka says hi. Well, I'm not sure what kind of emoji that is. Splattering brown thing emoji. I don't know. $48 people in and 98 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're wondering, we're down here on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River. All right. That's right. It's that chat. Did get one bite in shallow, but apparently I was the only one in there. So rocks, got that rock. I know which rock that is. I tried to tip it up so it wouldn't get my snag when I got higher, but I obviously didn't do a very good job of it. Still doing it. already on that one. I saw him picking. Wow. Stuck out there. Something out there. I wonder how long it's been in. I need to check. Just checking. Just checking, my friends. Back to chat here. Let's see, Sai, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? If English, please. If you can't, emojis are fine, my friends. Yeah, it is a pretty nice day. It's about 80 degrees. A little bit of a breeze just to keep you from sweating. It's pretty good. Let's see, Sai says hi. Hi, Sai. Let's see, Paka says it's storming here in Hawaii. Hope it's not too bad. It's been some weird weather recently. It definitely has. I think all over the world it's been a little crazy this year. Let's see, Ram, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Let's see, Remy says hi. Let's see, Robert, what's going on? How you doing, Robert? Robert says, sup, MBP Fishing, and family from Southern Ohio. Awesome, my friend. This is, as you know, St. Louis, Missouri. We're on the mighty, muddy, yucky Mississippi River. Z-Real says, what's up, Mike? Hey, chat, how's everyone going? Hey, Release, how you doing, my friend? We're doing okay. We've caught 5 freshwater drum and a shovel-nose sturgeon. Let's see, 46 people in and 101 thumbs up. We've broken the 100 barrier. That's awesome, folks. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I can't wait for this river to keep warming up. And I want her to she either needs to go up about another 4 feet or down another 6 feet. So 6 feet would drop us right below this rock ledge. That means everything turns back to sand. I won't have to worry about the friggin' rocks up and down the shoreline. 4 feet means it's up into the trees. And ooh, it gets good when it's up in the trees. Right when it reaches that the tree level, man, them big blue cats and them big flathead and everything comes in here. Let's see, Chris says release. Chris says 102 likes. Let's go. Well, I sure hope you guys are enjoying the show. The ambiance is great today. It's beautiful down here. And our picture looks pretty clear. No trouble with pixelation today, like the other day. Like it popped off 2 or 3 times, and I was watching it when it did it, so I just went right over there and refreshed instantly. But today she looks clear as a whistle. Yeah, we had a lot of people fishing down here. Let me show you this, guys. This is what I was dealing with. This, yep, this. There's 3 hooks on there attached with this much line on it, and that had 2 fish on it. So. But I do have 2 free hooks. 3 free hooks on this one. That's got a treble hook, and those are 2 straight hooks. So I ain't taking that weight home. Forget that. That sucker weighs more than all my lead weights in my box. Well, yeah, that. I take that home now. I'm not gonna leave that garbage here. It looks interesting, folks. It looks like the water might be dropping. That might be what's pushing them out. It kind of looks like this water. I built this rock ledge right on the edge of where the water was. Now it seems like it's a little bit lower than that spot. Either that or it's shifting. Sometimes it'll shift water levels. Look how far that drifts down. Amazing. I cast that over there, wound up over there. And yet the next time the line goes slack because it's going back in the other direction. Get all this garbage off the line. I wonder if grass carp ain't it, man. And the whole river is full of vegetation. Like roots and stuff are getting washed away from trees and stuff. I could probably switch up these rods for a minute. See, put my little heavier weight over here to the right. The way I can hold a little bit higher, deeper right here on the right. Put this smaller one out here deeper. Come off. One way to get it off, bang it off. Drag it off. Drag it off. Night crawler. And now the line's going slack again. That's crazy when that current's doing that. I don't want that out in the street. Right smack where that current back. Pretty good. And we just switched up rods, our lighter weight in the middle and our heavier weight on the end. I don't know if that's going to do any difference, but we're going to try it. Just having a little trouble holding one spot over to the right. The lighter one. It's been sitting out there for a while again. That's the problem with the jig head crawler technique down here, is that you get all that crap on it when you're. It's like fishing a spillway with the jig head crawler. I've done it before, and you get like stuff on your line constantly. It still works, it's just you gotta keep getting that crap off your line every 5 seconds. Those are stabilized pretty good. Relatively tight. I don't see any big loops and gaps in the line that'll make it so I can't tell a bite. Looks pretty good to me. I see 73 people and incredible, my friends. And 103 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Muhammad, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Muhammad says hi. Hey, how you doing, Muhammad? See if I can get the right angle here again. Pretty good. For once, that wind actually feels good coming off the water, because the water's still cold down here. Crickets back here. You're a little early, buddies. That's my backup account. I like to pop it in at least once a live meet at certain intervals. That way I know time is going on and everything. Guys just seem to be pretty spooked right now. They really are. So it looks like I might be trying fairgrounds tomorrow. This spot is just getting hit too much right now because the water's just it's 15 feet to where you can get into your car. It's pretty much a flat. Well, it does go up here, but it's a much easier walk. And when the water gets low, you got all those rocks and stuff to go over. People don't want to come out down to the spot, but it's just too easy for people to come down here right now. They're hitting her pretty good. Now, I don't think people are catching anything. I've watched for a number of people down here the last couple of days and not seen anybody catch nothing. So I just think they're feeding them a lot, overfeeding them. I mean, there's 2 containers of night crawlers used up over there, and they probably died out here in the heat, and they probably just threw them in, to be honest. Let's see, Malik, what's going on? How you doing, Malik? Malik says, meow, meow, meow. How's the weather and fishing today? It's about 85, 80, 85 degrees. We got about maybe 4 or 5 mile per hour winds today. It's a little wind blowing a little bit harder up there, but down here it's gorgeous. What 5 freshwater drum and a sturgeon so far, Malik. Let's see, Chris says Malik. Malik says, Chris, how did your trip go? Don't ask. I'll tell you something, that's a beautiful lake, though. What surprised me was one of the best opportunities for moments of action in the entire video was when 2 ducks were trying to... never mind. Hey, he said it, I didn't. Chris said it. I'm just repeating what he's saying. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Chris. You got a lot more competition for carp fishing where you're at, buddy. I probably couldn't get a bite for a month. Let's see. Chris says, whole lot of nothing, my leg. Chris says, what did I miss? You know, on your live feed, when you said the best action and the opportunity, you know, in the live feed, you turned the camera around and 2 ducks were, wow. 47 people in, 103 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you. Hey, I'll find the part on the feed and I'll make a short of it if you don't believe me. That wasn't on my feed, Chris. That was on your feed. I wasn't that asleep this morning. Yeah. He says they were fighting. He says they were fighting. They look like they're fighting to me. It looked like they were making babies, ducklings. Yeah. Folks. 53 people in and 103 thumbs up. Incredible, my friends. Thank you. Let's see, Chris says you have a strange way. I do. Maybe you're the one that has a strange way, Chris. We're all normal. You're the strange one, and you think everyone else is strange. Think about it. Don't make your head hurt. It's making my head hurt thinking about it. Let's see, Gator with the Cyclops emoji. When one duck grabs onto the other back of the other duck's neck and they dive underneath the water, yeah. It says gator. Malik says gator. Hi. It's been a little slow today. We had a lot of competition up here earlier. There was like 5 people fishing here with like 10 fishing rods up and down this bank. But we did still manage to catch 5 freshwater drum and a sturgeon. And I watched them for a better part of an hour and a half. I didn't see anyone get a bite. I saw them snag 2 or 3 times. Put a lot of worms in the water. I mean, a lot of worms. There's like probably $8 worth of worms that fed to them today. See, Mog says, Gator Live giving you a few weeks of Discord. Nitro. See, Gator says, yeah, bro, it won't let me expect it for some reason. And see, Gator says, accept. Gator says, there we go, Malik. That's the wait. What are we doing? You got goofy today. You're making me goofy. Look at that. More goofy. I don't need to be more goofy. I'm already goofy. Goofy enough. Gator says, my phone and me are not getting along at the moment. Yeah, it's a good, way to fix that. It's called a sledgehammer. See, Malik says, when the guy that can't say literally speaks better than English than you. Let's see, Gator said, as it happens. Little titty. Every time I say literally for the rest of my life, I'm going to think of you guys. I cannot say literally without thinking it. Why would you do that to a man? Etsy Mock says sometimes brain farts is accepted. That's actually pretty true. Oh, there went. That was out my left ear. Etsy Gator with the LOL. Let me go check these, refresh these guys. I don't know what is wrong with them today. I think someone stuffed their butts. I really do. I think they just got stuffed. I'm throwing actual big night worms out here, mixed with little red worms on there, and they turning their noses up at them. I've had 1 or 2 just sit there and just chew on the bait. They did not move that line at all. I was watching it like a hawk. There wasn't any slack in that line. They're just acting all wonky today for some reason. It might just be finishing up nesting or something. That could be possible too. Right after they're done nesting, they don't want to do nothing but sit there and rest. They're like, I'm done, I did my thing, leave me alone. Give me a day or 2 to recover. I made a whole bunch of little baby drum, be happy about that. This water temperature is probably pushing into the low 50s. That might be the case. They might just be finishing up with their mating rituals. make that dangle a lot more on there. See if I can coerce them to hit. Treat them like a little kitten or something with a little string in front of their noses. Probably should do the same with this one too. In fact, why don't I do that? Tell you what, I can't catch a fish unless I get a bite. To get a bite, I'm going to have to give them something to entice them. I got probably 40 or 50 worms still left in here. Like I said, it has been slow today. You can see the footprints up and down this bank from how many people have been up and down this shoreline recently. It's just at the perfect location, the perfect time where people see this massive area and they think they can dive on their big rods out there and get a chance for a big catfish. The only problem is, this is the time of the year where the catfish are in here spawning. So they're bedded up. Males are in here underneath a big rock or under a log or something, and blue cats especially. The channel are starting to think about it, and the flathead are probably just about ready to start doing it too. So they're not out there in the big part of the river. They've already traveled up to their mating grounds and found their spot to do their thing. It's still a little early for a flathead to be on a bed, but they definitely will be looking. Blues are definitely on them. They start bedding when the water temperatures in the low 50s. I'm always amazed at how shallow water those suckers can go into to do it too. Rule of thumb is blue cats usually spawn in about 5 to 10 feet of water, but I've seen them in shallower. Especially when the water's jumping up and down. They won't abandon those eggs unless they have to. 40 people in and 102 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, Jason, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Chris says Jason. Alex says Jason. Jason says, hey, Chris. Jason says, Mike, brother, can I join you on Saturday? Definitely, my friend. Absolutely. I've been really interested in hitting Columbia bottoms. The water temperature's in the 50s. So the blues, the carp, everything down there on Columbia bottoms, they're going to be active. Jason says, hey, Fun Mix. Let's see, Zoran, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Zoran says hi. Let's see, Falcon, what's going on? How you doing, Falcon? Falcon says MVP, hi. And the prayers emoji. Let's see, Jason says, let's do it. Awesome. Now I just got to dig about 200 night crawlers. Well, I still got about 40 left, so 160. Shouldn't be too bad. Because with 2 people, I got to be confident I've got 100 worms apiece. Because when you don't have them, you're going to wish you had them. Welcome with the third emojis. 37 people in and 107 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yep, you heard it, folks. You heard it here first. Columbia Bottoms, where the state record of blue cat and flathead was held for over 50 years. It just fell recently. That's the confluence of the Missouri and Mississippi rivers. And you can see how high this water is. So we're going to be up, you know, where we're walking that path up there, right up on the edge. That's where we're going to be walking down there. So that's going to be an incredible spot to try and fish. Which leads me for tomorrow. I might just do some carp fishing at fairgrounds. Show you UK folks how it's done to catch them carp. Carpe diem. Carpe diem? Yeah, carpe diem. Arnold says, "What's up, bro? How you doing, Arnold?" And see, Jason says, "Can't wait, brother. It's been a bit." Definitely, my friend. I say you definitely need to get out, relax, get out here in some sun. This is really enjoyable out here once you get out here and that sun starts pushing against your back and your arms. I got a pretty decent little a little suntan going. Yeah, I should be pretty dark within a couple months. I change color pretty quick. I don't actually change fully color. When I was a kid, I used like ghost white. You can actually see it still up here underneath my. You know, my chest is real sensitive to the sun, so I don't take my shirt off much. Can't afford sunblock. Yeah, these guys are just, man, I do not know what's going on with these suckers today. I think they've just been, this spot's been fished heavily recently. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep you guys going any longer. Yeah, we done 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's a pretty consistent time for me. I go 2.5 hours, well, 2 hours to 4 hours. So I rarely ever go below that. And these guys are really not. Yeah, they're not really doing much today. Unfortunately, it happens. Had some fishing pressure down here, kind of spooked the spot today. Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We caught 5 freshwater drum and a sturgeon. All in all, not a terrible day. Beats working, Jason, right? Sorry, buddy. Chris, you too. But I said, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday and a great rest of your day. I'm just going to have my old good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the next one, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. See you. Have a great rest of your day.